Hey everybody, welcome. Today we're going to be talking about another new show on Bravo that just came back, and that's Vanderpump Rules Season 10. So this is the first episode, so let's get right into it. Let's talk about what happened this episode. Okay, you guys, so Season 10 of Vanderpump Rules kicks out with a little montage of Tom and Katie, and it shows them getting married on the show, but they are now divorcing after knowing each other for 12 years and being married for 5 of them. She says that there's many rules, but one of them is not hooking up with somebody in the friend group. Then we transition to 3 months later with them together, but he's going over to her apartment. James is on the car talking to Allie, who he is now dating. So he's definitely moved on from Raquel, who has already met her, but she doesn't really know her a lot. Then we see both Toms in their new restaurant, Schwartz and Sandy, and in 6 days they're going to have another progress party. I feel bad for Tom Schwartz because he mentions all the stuff that he has on his plate, the divorce, leaving his house, rent, and this restaurant, like, it's a pretty big deal. But at least they have each other, because they did mention that for a while they weren't really talking anymore because they were so busy, but they're back now. So Raquel is also seeing a new guy who is the manager at the Sur. His name is Peter. He's like much older, and he is very different than James, like physically. And he also seems more calm, more chill. Ariana and Katie, they hang out and they talk a little about the divorce. But Katie actually invited Lala, which, you know, there was some tension between Lala and Ariana last year, but they seem alright now. Then we see the greatest of all time, Lisa Vanderpump, come into where they were. And first she goes and tells her son that everything is down to him because they're planning something. And then she goes and joins the girls. And they talk about who's going to the Surs because they're going to have like another event there. And Lala says that she wants nothing to do and to be around Schwartz and have that energy around her. So basically, it has something to do with Lala's ex and the LA article. The LA article came out about Randall, which was horrific, with the accusations of him having like these casting couches and the drugs, and like they even compared him to like a little Harvey Weinstein type of thing. So Lala says that she's going to remember everyone who was with her and everybody who wasn't. I think that she pretty much feels like Tom took his side, but we're gonna get into that a little bit later in the episode. So Lisa goes to the Sur and asks James where his new girlfriend is, and he says that she's working. But what really takes her aback is a surprise that apparently this girl's already living with James. And then some other people in the crew arrive to the party. Ariana mentions that Lala did not want to come because of Schwartz, and he says that he doesn't owe her an apology. He says that he just wanted to play pickleball with Randall. Peter, the manager who is now dating Raquel, goes up to James and tells him that he's going out with Raquel. And James pretends to like be okay with it, but you can tell that he definitely cares because, I mean, he was making like some rude comments in his confessional, but I mean, that's not really a surprise. Then James bumps into Raquel and wants to know why he's drinking again, because she does genuinely care. It's a little awkward, but they start talking about James's new girlfriend, who he is now calling the love of his life. She really does feel bad in a way though, because she was replaced in 3 weeks. So can you imagine like being with someone and like not only were y'all dating, y'all were engaged, and then y'all break up and 3 weeks later you're already dating somebody else? So I get it. Like, it doesn't necessarily mean that she still likes him, but it's still gonna hurt a little. Then there's a scene with Lala, Katie, and James, and he's inviting everybody to another event. Raquel is hanging out with her friend, and they talk about the fact that Raquel made out with this new guy, Peter, and she says that there's also no judgment on James' new girlfriend, but she says that this girl pretty much has no idea what she's getting herself into, because the amount of things that Raquel had to put up with was a lot. So like, let's see if this girl is able to do it. Then Schwartz and Sandoval meet up again, and Schwartz is so upset that they are making this narrative that he chose Randall over Lala. And Sandoval sort of blames her in a way too, and says that maybe Lala shouldn't have been saying really weird things like the fact that she said she would role play with Randall and that she would do this and that, like, you know, like sexual things like that, and like now see what happens. But Schwartz says that he will like to talk to Lala, not because he owes her anything, but mostly for Katie, because he knows that Katie does want them to get along. So now they are at this event that James invited everybody to. The new girlfriend comes. She's talking to Lala and Katie, and then walks in Raquel. It was pretty awkward. They seemed very uncomfortable. But Raquel is there with her new boo, Peter. But to be honest, I don't really see the chemistry between them. With Raquel and Peter, I don't know where it will go, but as of now, I mean, it is just one episode, but we'll see what happens. Lala, on the other hand, she's like flirting with a guy, you know, she's just trying to have some fun. But going back to Raquel, she decides to pull James's new girlfriend Allie aside and talk to her. And they talk about James, again, super awkward, but Raquel does kind of give her some advice in a way. And eventually, towards the end of the episode, Tom pulls Lala aside and thinks that she's absurd for cutting him out of her life. He says that she was really malicious in the way that she came after him when he was at his lowest with this divorce thing. And she called him weak. She said that she didn't hang out with weak people. And she does apologize, but not for what she said, but for the timing. I just feel like between them, there was like a huge lack of communication. And that's why things ended up being like they are now. Because I really don't think that Schwartz would have like chosen Randall over Lala, you know, like especially after he knew her for so long. So I think it was just a misunderstanding. So we'll see what happens. But that was the end of the episode, you guys. I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty interesting. I think that the season's going to be pretty good. I gotta say, Scheana got like almost no time. I mean, they only showed when she was hanging out with Raquel for like a few minutes, but she didn't really have that much going on in the episode. But like I said, it is just the beginning, so I'm sure we'll be getting more. And then towards like when the actual episode ends, we get like the trailer, and it looks like I said it's going to be really good because Garcelle's son is going to be somehow involved with Raquel, and I think that's going to be a whole mess because I do remember that going down on social media. So it'll be interesting to now see it play out on the show. But I want to hear, what did you guys think about this episode, and what do you think about Tom Schwartz and Lala's argument? Whose side are you on? Who are you connecting with? And what do you think about this overall episode? Let me know in the comments. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time. Y'all have a good one. Bye.